a box that could have 5 draw tickets for Sephiroth, Vincent, Angel, or Tifa. That will confirm that Tifa is gonna get the 4th outfit, just like we thought. Makes sense. I'm sorry, is that a Vincent ultimate weapon? Okay, all right, before we do the step up draw, let's jump into the limit break banner. As always, we check out aesthetics first. You know, honestly, the, what's it called? The banner picture did this a little worse than it actually is. I think this looks good. I think this looks good. They were really showing like abs, right? But this is actually really cool. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Oh my God, did they paint his toenails? No shit. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them. That's so good. Let's go. Let's go. No fear. No fear. His fingernails too. Don't tell anyone that I saw his toenails first, please. Don't. I know this is gonna go on the internet, but don't tell anyone, okay? Just keep that between us. That's gonna be a secret between all of us, right? We're good, right? No, don't tell anybody. Anyways, yeah, the outfit looks good. The outfit looks good. I like the adornment in the hair. Looks really nice. The sword looks like really cool. The sword looks really cool. Big fan of the sword. Yeah, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. All right, so we got Blade of the Worthy. Let's see what it does. 1010% magic non-elemental to all enemies. Ah, it's another flat damage, but it's magic. Exploit weakness. Well. So, Tifa just had a weapon that exactly like this, that did the exact same thing that this weapon does, but this weapon is actually much better, because although it has the same R abilities, and these R abilities are still not excellent, but they're still good, like not excellent, but good. Exploit weakness 40% is great. 40% extra damage on his elemental attacks, and as Sephiroth has a lot of elemental attacks, is great. The fact that it does 40,000 non-elemental flat damage while also giving exploit weakness is incredibly powerful. That means the one time that you're using this, you're dealing at least 40,000 damage to all enemies, which could take out the adds in any fight. Generally speaking, not every fight, but most fights. So not only is it making your elemental attacks more powerful, but it also gives you an exploit weakness that lasts for 60 seconds at a 40% buff to all of his elemental damage. So this is a very strong weapon. Again, I'm not crazy about these R abilities, but they're fine. They're both good. Sephiroth also has access to magic attack all allies in his main hand, so he doesn't need to have another magic attack all allies weapon. So getting an attack all allies weapon is great. It's fine, right? Ability potency is nice. Not necessarily necessary, but it's still fine. Materia slots are good. This is a good weapon. This is a good weapon. Very good. This will be his offhand weapon for nearly every single elemental build that he has. Nearly every. I think the only one that may not, is his wind build. We'll have to see what the damage difference is between the 40% exploit weakness and then the 3-tier up wind potency that his Shinra military sword gives in the offhand. I think that's probably still better than this in general, but that means that basically everything else he's probably using this, right? So his water builds, his fire builds, his ice build, he'll be using this now. All of those are very good with exploit weakness. And we already know what the Cape of the Worthy does because of the update, but now we'll get to actually see the percentages. The cool thing about this is that it's +10, not +5 like the anniversary outfit. So this is a bit of a power creep from the anniversary, from the 1-year anniversary, because they only gave +5. And then if you wield this in the main hand now, with the +10 that the outfit gets, you actually get a full boost 7 attack all allies, which is an extra 14% damage. Which is interesting, right? It's interesting for sure. Necessary, I guess, is arguable, but I guess we'll have to see how the builds work out. But yeah, so that's still, it's fine. Like, even if you're using, let's say you get the weapon to OB10 and you get it to what is it, the 26 points, it would be 23, right? Because it goes to 46 at OB10. Yeah, 23. that extra 10 lets you get past the level 4 break, right? So it's not useless. It is an extra 2% and also an extra 10 flat attack and magic attack. So it's not for nothing, but generally not terribly strong. And this is 30%, so that's just like we thought. So yeah, right off the rip, just rip off the Band-Aid. This is incredibly strong. I think that if you don't own Arcanums for Sephiroth in Earth, Water, Ice, Fire, I think we're the only 4 that he got, because he didn't get one for Wind. He only got a Mastery for Wind. If you did not get those Arcanums, this is kind of a must pull. Because Sephiroth just does a whole lot of damage, and having 30% elemental damage on a character without having to pull for 6 individual outfits is very, very strong, just in general. So unless you're a big Sephiroth hater and you really don't want to use Sephiroth on any of your teams, this is kind of a must pull banner for you. Obviously, if you wanted to, and I'll say this for every one of these because these are all limit break banners, which means they are once again limited banners. So as always with limited banners, make sure you're pulling on each of these banners at least once to get 1 copy of each weapon. We'll also talk about the limit break ticket draw a little bit more. I did talk about that in my video on YouTube and on the last time we streamed, where if you every 10 pull that you do on a banner gives you a limit break draw ticket fragment. And when you get 10 fragments, you get 1 ticket. And then that 1 ticket allows you to get 1 of the previous limit break weapons, and they will continue to add previous limit break weapons to that. So worth noting that pulling on these banners do eventually give you ticket fragments that can get you weapons later in the future, as well as some of the older weapons that are already in the pool. So that is a new feature. We'll dive into that once we actually have the 10 tickets. I'll tell you right now, just as a spoiler alert, me personally, with the weapons that are currently in the pool of weapons, I do not intend to pull on those banners until limit break weapons are added or limited weapons are added that I do not have at high overboosts that I want to boost up, right? Because the ones that are in there right now, there's only 1 of the 5 weapons or six weapons that are available that I would actually want to get, and the rest of them I'd just be like, all right, cool, like, and that'd be fine. But I'm like at much higher odds of just being disappointed. And since those tickets cost 30,000 blue crystals to actually create, I am not planning on utilizing them until they have more weapons that I actually want in the pool. So now that that's out of the way, and overall, this banner, very, very strong, right? This weapon basically became his offhand weapon for every single one of his builds. You do have to get it to OB6 to get it to a percentage that's actually like, you know, really, really good. I don't like that the last 5% is hidden behind OB10. I hate when they do this. I hate when OB10 has a bit like a stronger effect. I just want the damage to increase. You shouldn't have to go all the way to OB10. It's only 5%, so it's not that big of a deal. Like, the duration going up is fine, the damage going up is fine, but like having this effect go up is just weird to me. Like, feels a little money grabby to me. So yeah, pretty easy. Next thing we're gonna check out is we're gonna check out Vincent's death penalty. We're gonna take a look at that right now. Let's go to Mako Gem Exchange. So death penalty is deal 2,000 damage to a single enemy. Also applies amp physical abilities and amp magic abilities to all allies. Also increases limit gauge by 20%, and it has 2 uses with ability potency and stream phase ATB boost, which gives all allies plus 3 ATB when the stream phase is activated. That's crazy good. That's crazy good. This is a little bit more niche because what this means is that the it's only when you break the sigil break phase, right? So it's only when you break the sigil break phase, and that means that this doesn't activate very often. But when this does activate, this means you're getting to a full ATB gauge. Like your ATB is getting full on all 3 characters. So this effect, very, very good. It's a 40% boost to all of your allies' physical and magic attack, like that one singular attack. Which can be very, very good, very, very strong, especially for max damage challenges and guild battles, right? That's where this is going to become very, very useful. So very, very good weapon, very, very strong. Obviously, we're going to be pulling a lot during this half anniversary, so keep that in mind. this is probably something worth chasing, and hopefully people get it. That's pretty good. In terms of the wish list, you definitely want to be focusing on Sephiroth weapons here, obviously. You're going to be looking at basically all of his magic elemental weapons, as well as, well, basically all of his elemental weapons, right? There are only, I think, 5 that you're able to pull for right now. And you could fill your wish list with all 5 if they're not OB10. One that's recent is the Withering Blaze. This is his magic fire weapon. Very, very good for a magic fire damage. Will match very well with his new weapon as well. You have the Blue Bramble, which is his earth weapon, which does earth resist down. Not bad, 700% damage is still pretty good. Earth resist down high is obviously very, very strong. So Sand Splitter, very, very strong. Tempest is the featured weapon option for water. This is a physical water weapon. It's basically the same as Blue Bramble. It's just physical water instead of magic earth. So same exact thing. Water resist down, physical water damage, still really strong. His ice weapon is one of the very first weapons he ever got, which was Edged Wings. Does 800% magic ice damage, still very strong in today's meta. That's obviously not the 940% plus a 20% boost that we see nowadays with like Yuffie's Little Red Wreath as an example. So it's not that strong. And then his wind weapon is the Dark Heavens, which is an 800% physical wind damage weapon. Again, there are better physical wind weapons now. It's not like the best wind weapon in the game, but it's still pretty good. And obviously will pair really well with not only his new weapon, but the Shinra military sword, as I previously mentioned, which increases his wind damage up to high, gives him the rest of the physical attack and some wind potency as well. So yeah, that's still there if you're interested. But yeah, for me personally, I actually don't have a lot of these weapons at OB10, so I would put all of the weapons that I don't have at OB10 up on the list here, which would be the Withering Blaze, the Tempest, the Blue Bramble. I don't think I have Dark Heavens at OB10, but I'd like to confirm that first. Okay, so the last weapon would be the Dark Heavens, which I do not have at OB10, so I would include that as well. And then for the last weapon, I would just include one of the new weapons that we need to have, or that we need to upgrade or need to pull for. I'm actually looking for Brilliant Collar for Red 13 now, just because it's a wind potency all, and I don't have it. I don't have access to this yet. So this is the one that I'm looking for. So I'll throw this on here as a way to up buff my wind damage. This is actually a great excuse, by the way, to not have that wind damage increase weapon in Sephiroth's offhand and to use his new exploit weakness weapon. All right, so that's all confirmed. Let's check the stamp card really quick. Stamp card, pretty typical, nothing crazy here. Yeah, pretty standard. Yeah, completely standard. Nothing new for this at all. And as always, we're always going to do at least one pull to get at least one copy of the weapon. Let's hope we get some good stamps here. Nope. Nope. Very likely that I'm going to end up going for the Sephiroth outfit, by the way. Very, very likely. I find it hard to believe that I won't. Oh! This makes up for our free pull with 2 times rates, not getting a single 5-star. Let's see what we get. Nice. That should be Brilliant Collar. Not mad at that. We'll roll down just to confirm. If you see a brief lag before we get into it, then we know it's new. It is, in fact, new. Sick. Yeah, that's super hype. That weapon's really good. All right, but yeah, that pretty much covers the Sephiroth banner, y'all. I don't want to delve too deep on that. Obviously, we've got a lot of stuff to go into today, but the Sephiroth banner is really, really good. I can't really give you a reason not to pull on it, outside of like the other banners are coming. So obviously, we don't know what the other 3 banners are yet, unless they posted them on Twitter, which they may have. Let me double check. So yeah, before you go all in, unless you're like a huge Sephiroth fan, before you go all in, I definitely would wait and chill out just until the other banners drop, so you have some better information. You can make an educated decision. But if you decide to pull on this banner is very, 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 very good. So by all means, use the resources, have fun. The Sephiroth banner is really good. Pull whichever outfit that you're interested in. If you want to have shirtless Vincent, save your crystals, right? But yeah.